what I want to talk about first is where you're currently at and what you need to do in order to become an alpha male and be an alpha wolf, right? And be able to lead your wolf pack into the direction that you want it to go, and be able to lead a kick-ass life, and be the strongest, leanest, fittest, most dominant version of yourself that you can be for the people that are depending on you to be that guy. Now, the way that a wolf pack works, right, there's a bit of a hierarchy in and amongst the wolves, and it all starts off the bottom of the food chain is what's called the omega wolf. Now, this is a guy that's, he doesn't really get to partake in too many of the hunting and the gathering side of things. It's his role to kind of break up the violence in and amongst the pack and to stop the pack getting into fights with other wolf packs and stuff like that. He's kind of like the peacekeeper, but he doesn't really get a part of the action. And he's the last one to eat when it comes to food. So if you were to, use the Omega Wolf as an example as the office employee, he gets shat on by everybody else, all the other managers. That's the guy that's always doing the fucking coffee run, always getting given the shitty jobs. No one cares about his opinion. No one takes his ideas on board because he's at the bottom of the food chain. He hasn't really done enough to progress and prove his worth to the wolf pack and prove that he's more dominant than the guys above him, or that he's more valuable to the wolf pack. And he needs to work his way up the ladder. So that's the Omega Wolf. From there, the next step up is what's called the subordinate wolf, alright, the subordinate male. Now, this is someone that's kind of fought their way out of being at the bottom of the food chain. They've done a few things to the wolf pack and kind of shown their authority to a few people, and that they're worth their weight and they're worth being a little bit more to the wolf pack. They bring more to the table, they're more confident. Yes, within the wolf pack they have to be a little bit more aggressive and they've got to dominate somebody else, but you can do the same thing in your life, in your job, in your career, right? You've got to show that the stuff that you're willing to do is above and beyond the person who's in the position that you want to be in, right? So that's the subordinate wolf, the next step up the food chain, right? And there's quite a lot of subordinate wolves in the wolf pack. These are guys that are somewhat dominant. Yes, they throw their weight around, but they're still not at the top of the wolf pack. And the interesting thing about wolves is that these guys, they don't get to mate. They're not actually allowed to mate. They're a part of the community, they're a part of the pack. These guys have to hunt, they have to look after everybody else, but these guys don't get the luxury of mating with a female. Now, the next one up from the subordinate wolf, and there's usually only one or two of these guys per wolf pack, is what's called the beta wolf. Now, this is a guy who, again, he's taken it one step further. He's dominated the subordinate wolves. He's shown the pack that, hey, I'm the fucking man. I'm better than these guys, I'm stronger than these guys, and I'm worth more to the pack than these guys. I can be a leader. I'm a cut above the rest. Now, he's still not at the top of the food chain, but he's higher up than everybody else. And this guy is allowed to mate. He's one of the only other wolves within the wolf pack that is allowed to have offspring and mate. And generally, there's only ever one or two of these guys in the pack. And then the guy at the top of the food chain is the alpha male, the alpha wolf. Now, this is the guy who's had to fight his way to the top in every single aspect. He started off at the omega side. He's had to dominate other people and lead the pack through situations and dissolve other violent situations between other wolf packs, and work his way to being a subordinate wolf. And then he's had to work his way up to being a beta wolf. And then once the previous alpha male has either died or he's out-dominated him, he's then taken his role as the alpha male. What's so important about becoming the alpha male at the top of the food chain is that you get to lead the direction that your pack goes in. You tell them where they're going, what they need to do. It's up to you to make sure that you provide a safe haven for these guys. It's up to you to provide a safe haven for your wolf pack, for your family, for your wife, for your kids. The alpha male that you want to become gets to eat first. They lead the life of, they're the leaders. They get everything brought to them, and then it's up to them what they want to do with it. They have the decision to either say yes or no to certain foods and things like that. They're in complete control of everything that happens around them within their wolf pack, right? The second thing is these guys get to mate. They're the only ones guaranteed to get to have a mate and have offspring. They eat first until they have offspring, and then their offspring are the first ones to the table. They get to eat, then the alpha male eats, and then the rest of the pack gets to eat as well. Now, the most important thing about being an alpha male is that they're the provider. They're the ones that lead and change direction, and this is why the world needs more alpha males. We need more guys who are in that alpha state where they're providing for their wolf pack. They're leading their pack in a direction of positivity and growth, and they're empowering everyone else around them and being the very best version of themselves, because the people that are depending on you to be that alpha, like your wife, your kids, your co-workers, your boss, you don't have to be the leader of the company to be the alpha male of the company. You don't have to be the leader of a corporation to still have a fucking huge impact and make massive, massive change within the world, within your own situation, within your family situation. Because the thing is, when you're not being the best version of yourself, you take it out on everybody else. You come home feeling frustrated and disappointed, and then discussions with your family become arguments about stupid shit that doesn't need to become that way. Alright, and it's all because you're not being the best version of yourself. You're not being that leader, that alpha male that you know you should be, and that you know you want to be. Deep down inside you, everyone wants to be the fucking man. Everyone wants to be the boss. Everyone wants to be that guy that gets to mate, that gets to eat first, that gets to lead the pack and tell them where they're going, when they're doing it, how it's going to be done. Everybody wants to have that structure and that luxury in their life that they're the boss, they're the man. Now, this is the challenge that I put to you today is, are you being the very best version of yourself each and every day? Doesn't matter what it is revolving around, whether it's fitness, whether it's your diet, whether it's in the office, whether it's running a business, whether it's being an employee, whether it's being a husband, a father. Are you being the very best version of you? If not, you need to work on that every single day. That's a question you should be asking yourself. Today, was I the best version of myself? Did I give everything the very best that I could have been? Was I a great listener for my fiance or my wife? Was I, the best role model for my kids? Was I the best I could have performed in the office or a business? Was I the best I could have put forward through my gym session today? These are the things that the alpha males are doing on a day-to-day basis. They're not necessarily aggressive and dominant and aggro and going out and attacking people, but they're attacking the shit that they need to do to be at the top of the food chain. And that's where you need to be doing it on a day-to-day basis. That's what you need to get done to make sure you go from being an omega wolf at the bottom of the food chain, working your way up to being a subordinate wolf, working your way up to being the beta wolf, and then eventually getting your way up to being an alpha, getting that alpha mindset of, hey, you know what, this is mine, I'm going to take what belongs to me. Or if I don't have it, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do the work that I need to fucking get it. Alright, that's what being alpha is all about. And that's why we need more alpha wolves, more alphas throughout the world. Because once that happens, the world's going to change. We're going to see much more leaders throughout the community, throughout our own family lives. We're going to see stronger, fitter, healthier looking guys walking around the streets. People are going to be happier, relationships are going to last longer, families are going to prosper. Alright, you're going to have everything that you've ever wanted within your life when you start being the best version of yourself. And that best version of yourself is being alpha. Alright guys, I hope this video got through to you. Put this into action. Ask yourself every single day, am I being the best version of me? If not, change it.